Hello there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to paint some bamboo, and what I've got here on my palette, I've got a puddle of yellow ochre, I've got a puddle of sap green, and I've got a puddle of burnt sienna, or at least I will have in just a second. There we go, get my colors out here on my palette so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to start with some bamboo. I had 2 requests actually to paint bamboo, so what I'm going to do is take a little sap green, mix it in with my burnt sienna. I want this kind of dull watery color. This is going to be some background trees, and I'm going to start just by kind of flicking up some segments. You know how bamboo's kind of like in little segments there? I'm just going to bring up a few branches of bamboo, and I'm just using my brush just to kind of press and lift. And you can kind of press, lift, and press again to get the top segments. If you want to, but you know, just play with it and have fun with it. If you want it a little bit brighter, you can go in with a little bit of green. You can use the tip of your brush and kind of put just some little lines there at the top and the bottom of each of those strokes if you want to. Remember, this is the background one, and we're doing this first in really pale color because that way if you make a mistake, it's fine back here. You're not really going to notice it, and by the time you're ready to do the foreground ones, you're going to be all set. So then I want to throw some leaves on here, so I'm going to get a little more sap green. I still want this to be pretty dull, and I'm just going to use my brush straight up and down, and I'm flicking. 1, 2, 3. That's how I'm doing the leaf. Okay? I'm doing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Feel like we're dancing, don't you? 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See, it's very therapeutic. It's very relaxing. I like to start my day like this. I've got some driving to do today, so I think this will be just a nice way to start my day. And a lot of times I notice when I'm driving, if I'm going on a long drive or something, then I start thinking about painting, or I might see some pretty scenes while I'm driving through the country and be like, oh, you know, that would make a really nice painting. And then, you know, if you want to practice those leaves some more with that muted color, go ahead. You could do some more down here. You can make clusters of them. You don't always have to see the branch that they're coming from. You know, your eyes and your brain will fill in the gaps. Okay. So now I want to make some bamboo. Isn't that pretty? Just that, you know, that could be a background on a card just the way it is. I think it's lovely. You could add a little stamped image or not. Just send it like that. Very Zen, very less is more, very Asian inspired, Eastern inspired. But I'm going to do a slightly larger bamboo over here in a brighter color, brighter, warmer color, because brighter colors will come towards you more. So I'm going to use my yellow ochre and my burnt sienna. So it's going to make a warmer, more advancing color. And I'm going to do slightly larger segments of bamboo. Don't go crazy. This is actually my second take of this video because that first bad pancake had to be thrown away. My bad pancake theory from yesterday. I had done a video and I went crazy and I like pressed it. The thing is with the number 10 brush, this is why it's my favorite brush for watercolor. I can get on the tip and get really, you know, get a fine little leaf like that, or I can press it down and I can have big bad pancakes. I can make really big strokes with that same exact brush. So that's why I like a nice pointed number 10 round. And this is Aqualon. It's not very expensive. You can find it at your craft store. I like it because I have that versatility. You know, so I can press down and get a nice, you know, wider stroke. A little bit bigger down at the bottom. And it's just very versatile. And when I like go, like I could take this box here, my palette, I could plop this brush right in a little space there, bring a little jug of water, and I'm good to go. I'm good to take that with me wherever I go. Maybe I'll take my paints with me today, who knows? You know, I love to have that versatility. So here I'm just throwing in. You can either use one stroke, you can do a couple strokes if you prefer. It's completely up to you. This is one of those, just practice brush strokes, practice playing. Less is more, and if you end up with something you love, then hey, that's great. If you don't, use the backside, practice some more, toss it in the trash, who cares? You know, it's just a piece of paper. If you don't like it, nobody else has to see it. So for the leaves, I'm just going to use a sap green kind of on its own, a little bit brighter than I did before, and I'm again just throwing in those groups of 3. Things look good in odd numbers, so that's why I'm doing groups of 3. If you're doing more than 5, it really doesn't matter how many you put in there, but if it's, you know, 5 or under, keep it an odd number if you want it to be a little more pleasing. And so you can just keep painting these little strokes of leaves until the cows come home. You'll get a little bit darker of a sap green here. Ooh, I just freshened my palette. I was running out. This is a Cotman, well, it's a large Cotman travel palette, and I do refill it with my artist quality paints after, you know, they run out. Some colors I've never run out of because I don't use them that much. I don't use white or black or this is several browns I really don't touch very much, but like sap green, yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, those have to be refilled quite often. And I think I'm gonna have a cluster of leaves over here, so I'm gonna unclip that. And look, I got a little smudge on there anyway, so let's disguise that. And I'm just gonna put lots of little leaves here, and some will blend out into the wet paint, and I like that effect. This is a very easy breezy type of painting, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you try it. Even if loosey-goosey isn't your style, I still hope you try it, because I think you have a lot to learn from trying something like this in a more Eastern style. I am not a Chinese brush painter, but I think I do enjoy it. I do enjoy looking at it, and that's what this kind of reminds me of, is the Chinese brush painting. And you can learn so much, and I just love this technique of holding my brush at 90 degrees to the paper and then just flicking. It gives you so much control, and even if you decide that this step of painting isn't for you, you're still going to gain a lot from it, I think. I want some yellow ochre in here too. I just want some more advancing leaves. I'm just going to throw a few in there just for contrast. And really, that's all there is to it. That was a quick and easy painting. Look at that. It's 6 minutes. 6 minutes out of your day to do something so fun and lovely. And, you know, send this off to a friend, and won't they be pleased to get a card like this. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have a request, leave it down below. I'll add it to the list. The list is kind of long, and I don't necessarily go in order, but if you do have a request, I'll try to do my best to get it done for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up and subscribe if you like this video, and until next time, happy crafting!